Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, and I hope everybody is having a great day or a great night wherever you guys are out there. So, we have been watching a lot of things unfold around this market. We are currently sitting at about a $1.12 trillion market cap. There is a lot of movement within the market. There's a lot of tokens jumping out, doing some incredible moves, up plus double-digit figures. Some of these tokens are ones that we have been discussing within the free Discord. Some of these tokens are tokens that we've been addressing over on the Patreon. There is a lot of things happening, and there's a lot of money being made right now. During times where most people didn't think that making money in this market was possible because of a recession, the macro, this, that, and not only that, but also a large portion of the general public from the retail standpoint is kind of too fearful to even be a part of this market, as a lot of people are making tons and tons of money from the start, and I should say from the end of December into the start of January. This market has changed rapidly. Now I want to take you guys over here to this tweet that I seen earlier today. And it's actually a quoted tweet from Thinking Crypto 1, and he's mentioning Charlie Munger has been on a crypto FUD tear lately. He's not the only one. There's been a ton of mainstream media attention around crypto in a negative light. We do see it wouldn't surprise me if he and Warren Buffett are lobbying for regulators to shut down crypto. They have a lot of capital to do so. They will try, but they won't win. Disruptive tech always wins. We are in the then they fight you phase. Now, we see the statement. It's a quote, and it says, it's just ridiculous that anybody would buy this stuff. It's massively stupid. And listen closely to this. It's about almost 3 minutes long, but listen close to this video.
That leads me to this question about crypto that Benjamin writes in. He says, in 2007 at the USC Law School, Charlie said, I'm not entitled to have an opinion on this subject unless I can state the arguments against my position better than the people who are supporting it. The question is, does this also apply to your Wall Street Journal article on banning cryptocurrencies? And if yes, would you care to share the arguments against your position?
Well, I don't think there are good arguments against my position. I think the people that oppose my position are idiots. And so I don't think there is a rational argument against my position. This is an incredible thing. Naturally, people like to run gambling casinos where other people lose. And the people who invented this crypto crapo, which is my name for it, and sometimes I call it crypto crapo, and sometimes I call it, well, crypto shit. And it's just ridiculous that anybody would buy this stuff. And it isn't. You can think of hardly nothing on earth that has done more good to the human race than currency, national currencies. They were absolutely required to turn man from a goddamn successful ape into modern successful humans in human civilization. Because it enabled all these convenient exchanges. So if somebody says, I'm going to create something that sort of replaces the national currency, it's like saying I'm going to replace the national air. You know, it's asinine. It isn't even slightly stupid. It's massively stupid. And of course, it's very dangerous. And of course, the governments were totally wrong to permit it. And of course, I'm not proud of my country for allowing this crap, what I call the crypto shit. It's worthless. It's no good. It's crazy. It'll do nothing but harm. It's antisocial to allow it. And the guy who made the correct decision on this is the Chinese leader. The Chinese leader took one look at crypto shit and he says, not in my China. And boom, there isn't any crypto shit in China. He's right and we're wrong.
Well,
and there is no good argument on the other side. I can't supply it.
And And I really do wonder if he did any of his research at all prior to this interview, because if he looked at what China is doing, they are utilizing private DLT, which is crypto technology. The best part about this that I love is these individuals like, Charlie, that has not read a single white paper. Like, these are people that don't understand the technology at all. They might be wealthy, they might have money. That does not make any argument around the point that these are people that don't understand at all what's happening. Whether you like it or not, this is disruptive tech, and it is going to win. It is a $1.12 trillion market today. Come back to this video a year from now, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I'm sure that we are much, much larger than that. Even in the next major bear market, we will have a higher market cap than the market cap today. And that's just the truth. The market cap during a bear market will continue to rise and rise and rise as more and more adoption happens and more cycles happen, very similar to any other asset class. Now, I want to take you guys over here to this tweet from RizXRP. And we do see digital payments worldwide by Statista hold strong while Ripple continues to buy back XRP for on-demand liquidity. Future looks bright. XRP main focus is payments. So as we focus on payments, total transaction value in the digital payment segment is projected to reach almost $5 trillion in 2023. The total transaction value is expected to show an annual growth rate of 11.79%, resulting in a projected total amount of nearly $15 trillion by 2027. The market's largest segment is digital commerce, with a projected total transaction value of almost $6 trillion in 2023. From a global comparison perspective, it is shown that the highest cumulated transaction value is reached in China, sitting at roughly $3.8 trillion in 2023. Now, I want to take you guys over here real quick to what's happening, because although Charlie thinks that crypto's stupid, crypto's this, crypto's that, as we see digital transactions and digital payments continue to be adopted in, we focus on the next evolution of currency. CBDCs, digital currency, stablecoins, all this kind of stuff. Look at all of the nations that are looking at CBDCs. They're in proof of concepts, research phases. Some have been canceled. Some are in pilot phases. Some are even live. What's crazy is to bet against this asset class, because time and time again in the past, and also even in the present, this asset class has showed extreme resilience and strength when met with any sort of major FUD or negativity, and also the long-term growth economically, ROI, has been way, way bigger than any other investment vehicle. I do not bet against crypto. I do not bet against technology, and I do not bet against disruptive technology the size of what crypto could become. Now, let's take a look at XRP. So, as we focus on XRP, outside of the norm within the US, we are seeing XRP become a very, very popular currency as well as investment vehicle. We do see from Wrath of Kahneman here, he's saying interesting study out of City University of Hong Kong discussing why XRP is popular in Japan. Amidst a burst bubble of non-performing assets, XRP is as popular as Bitcoin. Notes crypto strongly correlated to stocks. And we do see many Westerners don't understand why Ripple has become so popular in Japan. Once one is familiar with Japanese customs and the confidence that Japan's largest venture capital fund, aka SBI, has in Ripple, the whole thing becomes clear. The partnership between the most reputable venture capital firm in Japan, SBI Holdings, and Ripple has been the primary driver of Ripple's success in Japan. In 2017, SBI invested close to $300 million in Ripple. In the SEC lawsuit, this investment was cited as an improper sale of a security to SBI Holdings. Even the founder of SBI Holdings had a board member of Ripple tweeted about the new all-time high of XRP, which was referenced in the lawsuit. Despite Ether's position as the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap, some Japanese crypto investors may find XRP to be a more appealing investment. According to the results of a survey published on Twitter by Japanese cryptocurrency exchange BitMEXC on June 12th, Bitcoin's popularity amongst Japanese traders is comparable to that of the XRP tokens. 25% of the near 1,500 respondents said XRP was their favorite cryptocurrency, compared to 26% who said Bitcoin was their favorite, and 9% said Ethereum ranked third. So let's take a look at how big XRP is over in, these areas. I mean, like, as we look at Japan has been a leader around crypto adoption, as well as becoming a leader around just crypto in general. They want to become a hub very similar to the UK's, very similar to the UAE. I do think that they're right on the path here. I think that XRP is going to be a very large investment vehicle. I think that, it definitely is clear that it is a favorite cryptocurrency for many. And it makes sense. I think that it mainly is because of the utility here behind XRP. You take a look at what Ripple is doing with XRP. They are becoming a pioneer around the payments area. RippleNet, with the help of the XRP token, has made an impact, with more than 300 financial institutions in at least 45 countries signing on to use the platform October 16, 2021. Imagine what's under NDA today. I would love to see what's under NDA. There's probably many other major companies and institutions, etc., that want to utilize this technology. Some of them may be sitting on the sidelines. You never know. But one thing is clear to me, is the overall value here. This video from Brad Garlinghouse, where he was talking about the potential of what Ripple and XRP combined are doing, is something very interesting. And we do see here, I need more XRP. This is from the Wall Street Bull. Listen closely to this video real quick and understand the value here.
Ripple decided early on that we wanted to be at kind of the infrastructure layer, and there's a whole bunch of strategic issues associated with that. One of them, quite frankly, is that if you work with regulated endpoints, that's where all the regulatory frameworks apply. KYC, know your customer, AML, anti-money laundering, all the acronyms. If you work just with regulated endpoints, they're making sure that that is the case. Companies like WeChat have to do that regulatory work themselves. Now, Swift is kind of a competitor. It's slightly more complicated than that, because Swift is really just messaging. When you send a Swift transfer, it's not liquidity. You're actually sending bank messages to banks that have liquidity. So to some degree, Citibank and HSBC, really the top two, JPM, those are the top three liquidity banks. And when you're sending Swift messages, you're sending messages to banks to release liquidity and making sure the debits and credits match. So to some degree, really boil it down, Ripple's competing with the liquidity of Citi and the messaging of Swift, but in one, because we're both messaging and liquidity.
And, this is the technology that is here today. Now, going back to that initial statement by, Charlie, where he was talking about it's just ridiculous that anybody would want to buy this stuff, it's massively stupid, all this kind of stuff. We're seeing the evolution of the global financial system. This is what I wanted to address is, as we focus on the big picture, we're seeing ISO 20022 rise. HSBC, it just released their ISO 20022 migration timeline. We've talked about ISO 20022. I don't think that it is a big deal for crypto. We'll talk about that here in a second. I know that that's going to turn a lot of people off, but don't worry, we'll get back to it. But in combination with this, we also seen Swift talking about an exciting era for cross-border payments as ISO 20022 standard is globally introduced in March of 2023. Just 1 month from now. BNY Mellon's Isabel Schmidt shares benefits for banks and customers with Swift's Stephen Lindsay at CBOS. Now, with this, what does ISO 20022 do for any of these currencies? Really, not much. I even said it over here. I said, doesn't matter if ISO pertains to specific tokens like XRP or not. Do I think that it does help crypto and the power of crypto be realized in? We'll talk about that. I said, in my opinion, ISO 20022 will open the door for digitization to be realized across the entire financial sector's landscape. You see down here, I was quoting Anderson at this time. This is back in November. We do see Swift CBDC Experiments Results Report, October 2022. Report says ISO 20022 will be an essential when it comes to Swift cross-border payments that includes movements of CBDCs, ISO 20022 mentioned throughout the report. And yes, ISO 20022 actually allows for a lot of the digital component of things to be realized in digital currencies as well. It says that the outcome of the report to shape strategy regarding digital currencies by Swift will be the overall outcome of this. Probably means how crypto assets can be supported in the future as well as on the Swift network. Draw your own conclusions. And yes, as we focus on ISO 20022, it allows for messaging standards to be open, more interoperable with other financial companies, use cases, etc. That's why as we focus on RippleNet is ISO compliant. Matt Hamilton actually had this idea as well. For an example, going all the way back to January of 2022, we do see ISO 20022. There's a lot of confusion about the standard for financial industry messaging in the cryptocurrency space. A lot of people refer to ISO 20022 compliant cryptocurrencies. This is not the case. It does not define cryptocurrencies at all. The standard, though, the messaging standard itself is going to be disrupted. It's basically going to be upgraded to have more of an open system. The entire system will be more interoperable. And also, it does allow for payment systems and payment networks like RippleNet to be realized in. For an example, we do see down here, like, thank you. We use it as a shorthand. Ripple was the first member on the ISO 20022 standard/committee for implementing DLT to compliance. Understanding that goal allows option in settlement for digital assets. If not, all you've done is upgrade the friction/paper world. No. And we do see the issue is the shorthand is getting misinterpreted. People are thinking that XRP is somehow superior because it is compliant with ISO 20022. That is not the case. When we look at the power behind this messaging standard, and we see this being the next standard around the banking system, what this does is it allows digitization to be realized in. It allows for digital currencies to be utilized as settlement vehicles because of what network is utilizing them. Very similar to like RippleNet, right? We talked about RippleNet with XRP with ISO 20022. I think that this is a game changer for that area. But ultimately, what ISO 20022 is it is allowing for more rich data to be there, more interoperable data to be, transacted across networks, etc. But I think that this is a game changer technology-wise around the financial system, because although this is just messaging standards, we will see the next evolution of payments also occurring, meaning we will see adoption phases of digital currencies, CBDC, stablecoins, stuff like that. But I do think that it definitely does start with new standards. I think that messaging standards are 100% crucial here. But does this pertain to crypto at all? Not necessarily. I just think that this is going to be a stepping stone for the next evolution of payment technology to be realized in, and it also kind of goes against everything that we are seeing already around, these FUD statements and stuff like that. I think that ultimately the elites are kind of terrified of what's happening around crypto. I think that they realize that cryptocurrencies is like no longer, that small asset class that you can ignore. I think it's far too big to ignore at this point in time. And as we do see the evolution of finance and currency itself being realized in, we really kind of focus on the next stepping stone, which is standardization. Standardization is changing. That's why these messaging formats being upgraded from the banking sector is something to watch for, because although, yes, it doesn't pertain to crypto itself, it does allow for digitization to be realized across the entire financial sector, because this is ultimately a facelift for the banking system. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, hope that you all have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.